right, gotta load corn. This kid's pretty good. He's like 27. He can find the driveway. I did put the bucket back on. Started fixing some of the screw up there. I didn't get out into there yet, but I put the bucket on because Jimmy needs me to go up to his place and get all the stones off his yard that he plowed when he plowed his driveway. All the run-across. And the big pile of it that's across the road on the edge of my field now. Yeah, and put it back in his driveway. I told him he needs to fire that guy who was plowing his driveway. Of course, that's him, but all right, I gotta get things ready. Getting very windy out. Supposed to get some rain, snow mix. Yeah, typical end of March weather. It's the 29th of March. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Just when it starts drying up a little, you know, that's when we're going to get more rain. We ain't going to get enough snow to amount to anything, but we're wet. We could use some dry time. And some warm time would be nice too. All I can say, Jim, is holy shit, dude. Did you leave any in the driveway? And across the road? Yeah, I'm waiting for him now to come out. And then we need to tell him he needs to fire the person who did the plowing here. Holy shit. This is like massive piles, James. And he wanted to York rake this. I think you'd break the York rake. Tell him. Tell him. Tell him what a shitty fucking job of plowing he did. Who the hell plowed your driveway? Who plowed your driveway? A few stones? There's fucking there's fucking mountains over here. Alright folks, I gotta turn you off because I'll need 2 hands for this project. Alright, I'm back. Got dirty, Jim. Got really dirty. We'll have to wash it when we give everything a rinse for the spring, but we did the best we could with his driveway, but there was still a lot of snow in those piles, which made him feel better. It wasn't all stones. So, yeah, I told him when the snow melts out so we can do a little better job, we will. But anyways, so I'm going to finish this video with something that I wanted to discuss. You know, electric tractors. No, that's not an electric tractor, so, but I'm just saying, because, all right, for all of you who have been with me, yes, I'm smoking one of my cigars for those that want to say, oh, that's horrible. You should quit. Yeah, I should do a lot of things, but I don't. So anyways, for those of you who have been with me for quite a while, you know, I'm on my county legislature. I'm in my 8th year, probably final year, because I didn't get petitions signed to run again because I'm just so sick of the bullshit. But people want to write me in. If that ever happened, then I don't know. I'd probably do the will of the people, but I've had enough, so I just didn't announce I was running. But anyways, too many people run for the wrong reasons. Let's just leave it that way. Today's Wednesday. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. It's the 29th. Last night I had my monthly full legislature meeting. We have all of our committee meetings throughout the month and whatnot. But we had a presentation last night from a solar company. Yeah. You know you all know how I feel about that. But there's a place for solar. There's a place for, you know, windmills. There's a place for this shit. But when the guy says, well, you know, in 5 years, 50% of us here in New York State will be driving electric cars. No, we won't. Who's dinging me? Michael Brash, when you watch this, you're dinging me in the middle of me making a video, just so you know. Stop dinging me, Michael. 50% of us in 5 years are going to be driving electric cars. Okay. So when does the electric tractor come? When does the electric combine come? Yeah, I mean, the mindset today blows my mind with this climate change hoax. Okay, we need to wake up, folks. Kind of like the hoax we've been seeing for the past 3 years. I'll just leave that one alone. But so I got an article here on my phone. Climate change indicators, U.S. greenhouse gas emissions. Look at who it's from. The EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, a government agency. I can't read shit with my eyes are so bad with my glasses on. But let me read something to you here. The figure shows emissions of carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and several fluorinated gases in the United States from 1990 to 2020. Okay, so now you got the time frame here. I'm going to skip through their graphs because there's no sense showing you these little piss-ass graphs. But in 2020, U.S. greenhouse gas emissions totaled 5.9 million metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalents. This total represents a 7% decrease since 1990 and a 20% decrease since 2005. Okay. Emissions of carbon dioxide, the primary greenhouse gas emitted by human activities, because it's us, decreased by 8%. I'm not going to go on and on and on and on, but the important parts are that and the EPA. This is the Environmental Protection Agency making these claims, not me. So since 1990, hell, let's just go with the 2005 one or whatever. 1990 is 33 years ago. We all know who was around then. Good old Al Gore pushing his in 10 years, 2005, that was 18 years ago. We've been on the decline. Why have we been on the decline? Oh, I don't know. Because we figured out a way to make cleaner energy. And that cleaner energy I'm not talking about windmills and solar panels. Are we burning the same coal that we were 3-4 decades ago? No, we figured out how to make cleaner coal. But now we're all going to drive electric cars. We're going to ban gas stoves. Wake the fuck up. There's people behind all this that are going to make billions off of you, is what it's going to amount to. One of the other presentations last night at our ledge meeting was about solid waste. Getting this off my phone so I don't run my battery down. Solid waste. Here in New York State, according to New York State, we average 4.6 pounds a day solid waste per person. We need to figure out a way to lower that down to 0.6. So, of course, me, raise my hand. I go, where'd you come up with those numbers? Well, that's the numbers the state come up with. So we're going to go from 4.6 to 0.6. Seems pretty drastic. Then they start talking about, garbage hauling companies and whatnot, forcing them to do this, do that. Well, when you start regulating and how did they put it? It wasn't forcing. Enforcing, I think it was. I don't know. It was a smoother word, We got to use smoother words. Where the fuck do you think that cost goes? Down to the consumer? Down to the people who are... I have a dumpster here on the farm, but our local dump over here in in Ira, where they have, the trucks come in, leave the bins, people take their garbage there, dump it, take their recyclables, whatever. They pay a dump permit. Then the town has them haul it away. Dump permits have doubled or more in the past year or two. And I brought up to them, our landfills up here in upstate New York are getting all filled up. Why? Because the goddamn governor, the one we have now and the previous one there, good old King Cuomo, let New York City bring all their shit up here to upstate New York to fill our landfills. So now it's our problem? Everyone up here should have to pay for it and figure out a way to go from 4.6 to 0.6. I mean, it's all such a crock of shit, folks. We need to wake up to this, especially this bullshit of, everything's going to be electric. If you're watching this, you watch social media. You've all seen the videos of the people waiting in huge lines in California to charge their vehicles. We have a local person around here who has a Tesla. They go anywhere, they have to map out where the charging stations are. So if it was a 300-mile trip to go to wherever they're going, might take them 400 miles because they got to map out where the charging stations are. And furthermore, like I brought up, a lot of that shit that's being mined out of the ground in underdeveloped countries by slave labor or by big-ass machines that aren't electric, digging it out of the ground, putting it on a big-ass boat. Are there charging stations on the ocean? Is that an electric boat bringing it across here? No. I mean, the mindset of the guy even said last night, because we're going to do away with fossil fuels. If you're that fucking stupid that you think we can do away with fossil fuels and have a surviving, any of us survive? I mean, we won't. We won't even be a third world country. We'll be whatever's worse than that. And furthermore, our emissions output, like the EPA just said, is way lower than China and all these other foreign countries. But yet we're supposed to be the one who does all this bullshit while nobody else does? I mean, wake the fuck up. All right, I'm done. But I'm going to remind you on April 21st, I'm going to make sure it's April 21st, but I'm pretty sure it is Jimmy's and my next live stream. And the reason why I'm going to keep reminding you, come on, calendar. Yes, Friday, April 21st, 7 p.m. Eastern. The reason I'm going to keep reminding you is because of ScrewTube. I got a number of you who've messaged me here, commented here and on Instagram. Some of you said, hey, yeah, see you at the live stream. No, you already missed it. Well, I just got the notification. Well, that's ScrewTube. I mean, take it for what it's worth. I think ScrewTube puts out what they want to put out, and ring the bell, you'll get the notifications is a bunch of bullshit. So, but April 21st, 7 p.m. Eastern, next live stream. Check out the Grumpy Farmer Apparel link, and we'll see you whatever the next video will be. There'll be one before April 21st. All right, 2 more things. I'm never done. 1, all of that shit that we're digging out of the ground to make these electric batteries for these electric cars. I don't know if this is true or not, but I read somewhere that there's not enough of these minerals in the world for everyone to have an electric car like they seem to think we're going to have. And then I also remembered, I asked the guy last night, the solar guy, I said, what happens in 15, 20 years when those solar panels are, starting to become junk and aren't producing like they're supposed to? What do you do with them then? Now, I've heard, Jimmy actually said, the one guy that stopped to his house told him, oh, we send them over to third world countries. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what Jimmy said the guy told him. But what this guy told me last night, or told all of us in the room, was, well, we've, figured out a way to use those materials to, they make sand and hydrogen energy out of it. Okay, I don't know if I believe, I've seen on social media that there's been people who have figured out how to make the hydrogen cell, make hydrogen energy years ago and whatnot, and all of those people wound up Epsteined, you know what I mean? Makes you wonder if it's true. I don't know. I'm not saying it is. If it is, why? Because it's supposedly, such a great, cheap energy and all this. So my question is, if hydrogen, because actually one of the people last night said, one of my fellow legislators, and I'm not bashing him, said hydrogen is the next new big thing. Well, then if you can take the shit that you're making these solar panels out of to make hydrogen energy, why not just make the hydrogen energy? Why are we screwing around with solar panels in a state like New York where, We don't get a lot of sun during the winter. We gonna put them in the upper Midwest too, where they get lots of snow to cover them and not that much sun and stuff? How about North Dakota? You know, I mean, explain that to me, somebody. Well, we use them to, you know, there's no waste. We can make hydrogen energy. We'll just make the hydrogen energy to start with. I don't know. That's why I think it's so much bullshit. And unless people actually look shit up like I did from the EPA themselves, we got to get out of the mindset. I mean, I'm not in it, and I know most of you watching aren't in it, but there's so many that, yes, government said so. It's what I should do. Yes, give me more government. Fuck me harder, government, is what it amounts to. Now I'm done.